up, everyone? It's your boy Jay Cleve. Got my brother Ronald here.
Yo.
And this is Smoke Talk. We have a great topic for you guys today. But before we get into that conversation,
Yes, sir.
let's share with them what we're smoking and what we're drinking. So, I'm smoking on a Drew Estate Acid Cigar, medium body. This one is Toast. What about you, my brother?
I'm smoking on a Drew Estate Acid brand as well. This is a cold infusion. So
Nice.
medium body, cold infusion. Got tea leaves wrapped in some tea leaves.
That's nice, nice.
Yeah.
Now, we're both drinking on some Penelope 4-grain straight bourbon whiskey.
Yes.
I'm excited to taste this because I remember when we had the last Penelope.
It was good.
You got that, I think, for my birthday.
Yes. So Penelope Architect was the last
Okay,
one.
so we're gonna try this one. So we're gonna give you guys whether it's a thumbs down or a thumbs up. All right, so now let's get into this topic. And my brother, I'm gonna kick it over to you because we're gonna be talking about manhood.
Yep.
What is manhood? Whether it's the definition of that or your particular personal perception, your thoughts on it. So I'm gonna kick it over to you, my brother.
Yeah.
What is manhood to you?
So like you said, brother, your personal definition can have a large part in what you define as manhood.
Absolutely.
So I don't believe there's one set definition on what manhood is.
Right.
I have my views on what manhood is. Others have their view. You have your view.
Yeah, yeah.
They all can be true. We all can respect, I would say, the conclusions that we come to.
Right.
So I would say manhood is how you define it. It could be cultural. It could be, based upon your ethnic history.
Yeah.
Just how you view what you should be doing as a man in society.
Correct.
So my brother, that's what I think about manhood. What you think about it?
I definitely can't add anything to that because you pretty much summed it up. But one of the things I do know that we want to address and cover is, there's, like you said, there's many different definitions, many different perceptions on what we think or what you may think that manhood is. But sometimes I think there's those false perceptions of what manhood is, where as a man you have to be completely manly, you can't cry, no emotion, and you have to be extremely tough to make sure you're just doing what you can to provide for your family, where there may be some truths to some of those in terms of providing for your family and being there and got to be tough at times. But there's also some of those false misconceptions and those false beliefs of you can't cry, you can't show emotion, you can't sometimes be vulnerable. And that's one of the things that we wanted to talk about because I've grown up and I've seen both sides of it, where times I had to be tough or family members where they had to be tough. And then as I gotten older and I've gotten a lot more maturity and experience as a man, especially with having a wife, especially with having kids, I have mother, sisters, learning how that it's okay to cry at times when you need to.
Yep.
It's okay to be vulnerable, especially with your spouse when you need to, because that's how you break down those walls, those barriers. That's how you build that connection up with your spouse. But let's go even deeper, and that's what I want you to talk on about it's okay to show affection to another man.
Absolutely.
And so I wanted to talk about that too.
Yeah, man. So, Creed 3 was a big hit, this past, say, month or so in the box office.
Yeah.
And, Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan, the two stars in that movie, they did a photo shoot, for the press tour for that movie.
Yep.
And it showed them, showing
Embracing
affection,
each other.
embracing one another, showing affection for one another. And, to a certain degree, society or, just different cultures did not really take that well.
Right.
They really looked at it from a lens of, say, homophobia, I would say, and not really understanding how good an embrace can be from man to man, and that we can do that.
Right.
One thing that I would say, like, growing up in my family, one thing that I noticed is that as men in my family, hardly did I see another man say, "I love you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really never really heard that for real in my family growing up.
Yep.
But I'm trying as a man today to be able to express and say that to another man, as I mature into my manhood.
Before you finish, one of the things you said is, you didn't hear grown up saying "I love you," and one of the things I will say I have noticed too, that's very deep in the Black community.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's the truth. Like in our Black community, us men don't say enough to one another. I love you. I love you, bro. And that's one thing I do make it a point to say to my brother, to my best friends. We say to each other because I love you. You're like a brother to me.
Absolutely.
That I love you, and it's okay to be able to embrace that and still be comfortable and confident as your own man to be able to embrace another man and to let him know you love him, to show affection, to give him a hug. Sometimes I give my brother a kiss on the cheek.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's my brother.
Yep.
I love him to this day. Sometimes I do that to some of my best friends. They're like my brothers, they're my family to me. It doesn't mean that, I look at you in type of way or vice versa, or to feel any type of way, because we are all comfortable in our own skin.
Absolutely.
And so, and I know you're supposed to let you finish, but I just wanted to say, So one of the things I've seen deeply is that in the Black community, and we need to change that narrative. And I'm pretty sure it could be in other cultures as well, but we see it a lot in our culture because that's our culture.
Exactly.
But I want you to continue to finish what you were saying, because that was something key that you brought up, especially within our family. And you didn't have that in yours.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, just from I saw that particular bad press that photo shoot was getting, and one thing I did appreciate that there was a lot of celebrities that were coming to, I would say, the defense of them to having that photo shoot, because it is a change in culture that we must have to be able to show that love and affection of one another.
Right.
I mean, as we continue to advance in this country and the world, we have to break down those barriers, those barriers that we have. They're trying to be that hard, stern masculinity, and sometimes it gets into what's now termed as toxic masculinity.
Right.
Like you're so manly that you can't do certain things. You can't say I love you.
Because you're too manly for that.
And you can't do things like that. But we have to, like you say, change that narrative and continue to progress as men in this world, and showing our vulnerable side when we need to.
Absolutely. I agree with you. So I mean, I think you pretty much covered it, summed it up, and I had my little 2-bit that I put in there as well. But I think the most important thing, if you guys can get anything from this, is as a man, it's okay to embrace who you are as a man and still be vulnerable. Tell whoever it is that you love them, even tell another man that you love them, give them a hug, even a kiss on the cheek. It depends on your relationship with that person. But I think it's okay to be a man and still show affection.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, that is our smoke talk for today. Please make sure you like, put a little heart in it. We ain't there yet. Hey, get a comment, put a comment. Let us know what you think about this particular episode. But as always, now we're here, my brother.
Okay.
We're here. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, and you hit that bell to stay in tune with all of our future episodes. And we always like to say it the second time to make sure y'all know. Make sure you like, subscribe, and you hit that bell to stay in tune with all of our future episodes, because you never, ever, ever want to what?
Miss a beat.
Now, let's go ahead and get into this favorite part, the taste test.
Absolutely.
Right, ooh, yeah.
Let's see what we're doing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Brother.
Here we go. Oh, damn. I mean, dang, excuse my language. that name packed the punch. Had me say the damn word.
That is good.
Hey, I'm gonna give this a thumbs up. We're gonna go a second time, but I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. Ooh, put a little air in my chest. Damn.
So, any notes that you pointing out right there? You picking out? 1 second.
No.
Yeah,
I'm about to say, it's a cinnamon in there.
We just know that it's good.
It got some notes in there. We don't know what note it's playing, but it's good.
Smoking Grill Brothers score of
thumbs up. Great job, Penelope.
Yes, absolutely. Another winner. It's 2 more Penelopes that they have. At least 2 more that we gotta try.
Oh, so stay tuned.
We'll keep the Penelope train going on future smoke talk.
Stay tuned. We're gonna see y'all next time.
Peace.